Now in previous video, we have seen the definition of metric space and we have taken two examples on metric space. Now let us take some more example on metric space. Now see what is meant by metric space. This is the definition. If X is any non-empty set and if we define the mapping D from X cross X to R satisfying the following condition: distance of xy, this is non-negative. This is second condition, distance of xy is equal to 0 if and only if x equal to y. Distance of xy is equal to distance of yx. This is called the symmetric property. And the fourth property, this is the triangle inequality property. Distance of xy, this is less than or equal to distance of xz plus distance of zy. So in previous video, we have seen the definition of metric. What is metric? If a function D satisfying these four properties, then it is called the metric, and this the combination xd, this is called the metric space. Now let us take two more example on metric space. Now see, this is the example. If D is a metric and define D1 from X cross X to R, this is given by D1 xy is equal to dxy divided by 1 plus dxy, then the question is, show that this D1, this is a metric space. What is the given example? In this example, what is given? We are given this D as a metric and define this new metric D1 which depends on this metric D. It is given by dxy divided by 1 plus dxy. Then what is the question? Show that D1, it is a metric. Now see what is given. We are given this D as a metric. D is a metric means obviously D satisfying four conditions. Distance of xy, this is non-negative. Distance of xy is equal to 0, this way if and only if x equal to y. This is the third property, distance of xy is equal to d of yx, and this is the fourth property, dxy, this is less than or equal to dxz plus dzy. What is given? In this example, we are given that this D is a metric space. D is a metric means obviously D satisfied these four conditions. If D is a metric, then we have these four conditions. We can use this condition, okay, distance it is non-negative, dxy equal to 0 if and only if x equal to y, dxy is equal to d of yx, and dxy this is less than or equal to dxz plus dzy. Now we want to show that this D1, it is a metric. That means we want to show these four conditions, okay, show that D1 xy, this is non-negative. What is second condition? D1 xy is equal to 0 if and only if x equal to y. This is the symmetric property, D1 xy is equal to D1 yx, and show fourth property, it is the triangle inequality property. What is the example? Okay, show that D1 is a metric. Metric means we have to prove these four conditions. Now see, what is given definition? This D1 xy is equal to dxy plus 1 plus dx, dxy divided by 1 plus dxy. Now let us prove that this new metric D1, it is a metric. That means this is the formation of new metric from old metric. D, this is the old metric, and D1, this is our new metric. So what is this example? This is the formation of new metric from the old one. So let us prove that this D1 it is a metric. So write down now solution. So this is given, so write down solution. So we have this definition, what is given, d1 xy is equal to dxy divided by 1 plus dxy, and the question is show that d1 it is a metric. So let us prove the first property. What is the first property? Show that this distance d1 xy this is non-negative. So write down let us take 3 elements from the first set, which is x. Now let us prove the first property. What is the first property? Show that this d1 xy this is non-negative. Now first of all observe what is the value for d1 xy. d1 xy this is given by this total term. So use this term. So write down since now this numerator dxy this is non-negative. This is non-negative because what is given, D is a metric space, it is given. D it is a metric space means obviously D satisfied 4 conditions. What are those 4 conditions? Okay, dxy this is non-negative, dxy equal to 0 if and only if x equal to y, all those 4 conditions. If D is a matrix, D it is a matrix, it is given. That means D satisfied these 4 conditions. So this dxy it is non-negative. So what is the reason? Just give the reason, okay, because we are given this D it is a metric. D it is a metric, it is given. Metric means it satisfied the 4 conditions. So this is that first condition, okay, D of xy it is non-negative. Therefore, now dxy this is non-negative. Now if we add 1, then obviously this is again non-negative. dxy this is non-negative because it is a metric. If we add some number, suppose 1, then this is again non-negative term. Now if we take the division, then this is again the non-negative term. So just take the division. This is dxy divided by 1 plus dxy. This is again non-negative. And what is this term? dxy divided by 1 plus dxy. It is given by this definition d1 xy. So right here, therefore, d1 xy this is non-negative. So see how to show the first condition. This is our first condition. We want to show that d1 it is a metric space. So let us prove those 4 conditions. So this is our first condition, to show that d1 xy this is non-negative. So how to construct the proof? First of all, check the value for d1 xy. What is given value? It is given by dxy divided by 1 plus dxy. So just write the solution in terms of this value. So this is the solution. Okay, dxy this is non-negative because d is a metric. If we add 1, then that is again non-negative. If we take the division, this is again non-negative. And what is this term? This is nothing but d1 xy. Now let us prove the second condition. What is second condition? Suppose that d1 xy is equal to 0, then prove that x equal to y. And conversely, suppose x equal to y and prove that d1 xy it is 0. So write down second condition. Number 2. Suppose that, so this is our supposition. So write down, suppose that d1 xy this is equal to 0. So this will imply that what is the value for d1 xy? This is given by this value. This is dxy divided by 1 plus dxy. This is equal to 0. Just put the value for d1 xy. d1 xy it is given by dxy divided by 1 plus dxy. So this implies just cross this term, that means we get this dxy this is equal to 0. And because what is given, D it is a metric, this is given. Metric means D satisfying the 4 conditions. dxy, this is non-negative. And what is the second condition? If dxy is equal to 0, then we can write x equal to r, because it is a metric. Metric means obviously it satisfies the four conditions. So just use this second condition. What is the second condition? If d it is 0, then we have the condition x equal to y. So this will imply that x equal to y, and give the reason because d, this is a metric. This is given, d it is a metric, it is given. So metric means it satisfies the second condition also. Okay, if dxy equal to 0, this will imply that x equal to y. So see, we have shown the second condition. Okay, if d1xy equal to 0, then we have shown that x equal to y. Similarly, we can prove the converse. If x equal to y, then we can show that d1xy equal to 0. So this is just if and only if. So this is our second condition. What is the second condition? If distance it is 0, if and only if, prove that x equal to y. Now let us prove the third condition. What is third condition? Show that the symmetric property d1xy, this is equal to d1yx. So let us consider this left hand side. So write down number 3. This is our third condition. Consider this is our left hand side d1xy. So just put this value. What is d1xy? This is given by dxy divided by 1 plus dxy. What is value for d1? d1xy it is given by this value dxy divided by 1 plus dxy. Now this dxy can be written as dyx. We have the same reason. Because this d is a metric, this is given. What is given? This old metric d, this old d, it is a metric space. D it is a metric means d satisfying all the four conditions. So this is our third condition. Because d is a metric means we have this condition d of xy is equal to d of yx. It is satisfying the symmetric property. So instead of dxy, we can write distance of yx divided by 1 plus, instead of this dxy, we can write d of xy. And what is the reason? This is the reason because it is a metric. Metric means this d satisfying third condition. D of xy equal to d of yx, just put that value. So this is equal to, now d1xy, this is given by this value dxy divided by 1 plus dxy. So for this value dyx divided by 1 plus dyx, we can replace this value by d1 of yx. If this is the pair xy, then this is the term d1xy. So for yx, we can write d1y. So we have shown this third property. This is called a symmetric property. Okay, d1xy is equal to d1yx. We have shown the symmetric property. Now let us prove fourth property. It is triangle inequality property. So write down number 4. So this is the fourth property. Consider d1xy is equal to. Now let us prove fourth property, triangle inequality property. Show that d1xy, this is less than or equal to d1xz plus d1zy. Let us prove this fourth property. It is called triangle inequality property. So let us consider this left hand side. d1xy, this is equal to, now this is the value dxy divided by 1 plus dxy. So this is equal to, now this numerator can be written as 1 plus dxy minus 1. What is this quantity? Add 1 and subtract 1, that means there is no change in quantity, divided by just this denominator as it is 1 plus dxy. What is this term? Just add 1 and subtract 1, so there is no change in numerator, divided by this denominator as it is. So simplify this step. This is equal to, now this is the total term, 1 plus dxy divided by 1 plus dxy. Just separate this term. 1 plus dxy divided by 1 plus dxy. So this is 1. This is minus sign, minus 1 divided by this total term 1 plus dxy. Just separate this term. 1 plus dxy, numerator denominator it is same, so that is 1. This is the middle sign, minus 1 upon same denominator 1 plus dxy. Now because this D is a metric, metric means D satisfied the fourth condition also. What is the fourth condition? dxy, this is less than or equal to dxz plus dzy. This is the triangle inequality property. If D is a metric, that means it satisfied this fourth condition also. So use this condition. This is less than or equal to 1 minus 1 divided by 1 plus. Now instead of this dxy, just put that value. This is dxz plus dzy. Because D it is a metric. Metric means this D satisfied the fourth condition. It is the triangle inequality property. So instead of this dxy, we can replace this value dxz plus dzy by taking this sign less than or equal to. So right here less than or equal to, and replace this dxy by that quantity. So this is less than or equal to. Now just cross multiply. This is 1 plus dxz plus dzy, just cross multiplication. This is minus 1 divided by this denominator 1 plus dxz plus dzy. This is less than or equal to. Now plus 1 minus 1 get cancelled. So what is the remaining term? This is dxz plus dzy divided by 1 plus dxz plus dzy. So just separate this term, dxz divided by this total term plus dzy by this total term. So separate this term. This is dxz divided by 1 plus dxz plus dzy plus dzy divided by 1 plus dxz plus dzy. So this is less than or equal to. Now we can write this term as dxz divided by 1 plus dxz. Just cancel this dzy. Now say this is the concept. 1 upon 1 plus 2 plus 3, and this is 1 upon 1 plus 2 plus 3. Now suppose if we remove certain terms, suppose if we remove this third term 3, then obviously this is 6 plus 1, 1 upon 7, and this 1 upon 3. This denominator, this is larger, so obviously this is less term. What is this term? This is dxz divided by 1 plus dxz plus dzy. This numerator, this is bigger term. So obviously this above term, this is less than or equal to this term. So plus, so we can write this term as dzy divided by, just eliminate this middle term, this is 1 plus dzy. So dxz divided by 1 plus dxz, according to given definition, we can write this value as d1 of xz, and dzy divided by 1 plus dzy, instead of this value, we can write this term as d1 of zy. So this is our triangle inequality property. What is the triangle inequality property? d1 xy, this is less than or equal to d1 xz plus d1 zy. So we have shown all the four properties for metric. So we can say that d1 it is a metric. So write down the conclusion. Therefore, d1 is a metric. So see what is this example, what is given. We are given this definition as d1 xy is equal to dxy divided by 1 plus dxy. Where what is given? We are given this d is a metric, and we want to show that this new metric d1, we want to show that it is a metric. So what is this? This is the formation of new metric from the old one. D it is an old metric. So what is this condition? This is nothing but the formation of new metric from the old metric. Now let us take the second example. Show that the function rho from R2 to R, it is given by rho PQ is equal to under root x1 minus y1 bracket square plus x2 minus y2 bracket square. Show that this is a metric for R2. What is the example? We are given some function rho from R2 to R given by this condition. Rho PQ is equal to under root x1 minus y1 bracket square plus x2 minus y2 bracket square. Show that this rho, it is a metric for R2. Where what is P? P is equal to this coordinate x1, x2, that is in R2, means that is the order pair, and Q is equal to order pair y1, y2. Now see, in previous video, we have seen the usual metric. Usual metric or absolute metric, it is denoted by R1. What is the usual metric for R1? It is given by this notation, distance of xy is equal to mod x minus y. This is the usual metric for R or R1. Now if we observe this function, under root x1 minus y1 bracket square plus x2 minus y2 bracket square, where what is this point? These are some coordinate system. P is equal to x1, x2 and Q is equal to second point y1, y2. This is nothing but the distance formula, under root x1 minus y1 bracket square plus x2 minus y2 bracket square. So this is nothing but the distance function for R2. So this is the metric, standard metric for R2. This is the standard metric for R1. Distance xy, it is equal to mod x minus y. This is the standard metric for R1. And what is the standard metric for R2? This is the distance function for R2. It is given by the formula under root x1 minus y1 bracket square plus x2 minus y2 bracket square. So let us prove that this is the metric space. So again show the four conditions. So write down the condition. Write down solution. Now first of all take 3 point. Let P is equal to x1, x2, Q is equal to y1, y2, and consider third point R is equal to z1, z2. This belongs to suppose R2. This is order pair. So let us take 3 point belongs to first set. Now prove the first condition. So write down the first condition. Now this is given. What is given? Rho PQ is equal to, this is given definition, under root x1 minus y1 bracket square plus x2 minus y2 bracket square. Now let us prove that this rho, it is a metric. Metric means show the first condition that rho of PQ, show that this is non-negative. How to show that this is non-negative? First of all, check this. Check the value for rho of PQ. What is the value for rho of PQ? It is given by this quantity under root x1 minus y1 bracket square plus x2 minus y2 bracket square. Now obviously this is the non-negative term because it is the square term. Square it is always positive. x2 minus y2 bracket square, this is again the non-negative term. Sum of positive term, it is again positive, and square root of non-negative term, it is again non-negative. So we can directly write that this is the non-negative term. So just write down like this. Obviously, just observe the value for rho of PQ. It is some non-negative quantity. So right here this is under root x1 minus y1 bracket square plus x2 minus y2 bracket square. This is greater than or equal to 0. So how to write this is greater than or equal to 0? There is some reason. Square term, this is non-negative term. x2 minus y2 bracket square, this is again some positive term. Sum of non-negative term, it is non-negative, and square root of non-negative term, it is again non-negative. So what is this value? This is nothing but our function rho of PQ. This is greater than or equal to 0. So see, we have shown the first condition, show that rho of PQ, this is greater than or equal to 0. Now prove the second condition. What is second condition? Suppose that rho of PQ equal to 0, then prove that x equal to y, and conversely assume that x equal to y and prove that distance between PQ is, then show that P equal to Q, sorry. If distance equal to 0, then show that P equal to Q, and conversely suppose that P equal to Q and show that this distance equal to 0. Write down second condition. Number 2, suppose that rho of PQ, this is equal to 0. So simplify this condition, just put this value for rho of PQ. Rho of PQ, this is nothing but under root x1 minus y1 bracket square plus x2 minus y2 bracket square, this is equal to 0. This implies, now cancel this square root sign, this is x1 minus y1 bracket square plus x2 minus y2 bracket square, this is equal to 0. Now see, what is this equation? x1 minus y1 bracket square, this is non-negative term. x2 minus y2 bracket square term, it is again non-negative. And sum of non-negative term, it is non-negative. What is this equation? This is sum of non-negative term. And if sum of non-negative term, if it is 0, then obviously every term it is 0. So this implies, just take this term x1 minus y1 bracket square, this is 0, as well as this second term x2 minus y2 bracket square equal to 0. What is this equation? This is sum of non-negative term. Sum of non-negative term, it is 0, means obviously every term it is 0. So x1 minus y1 bracket square equal to 0, this will mean that x1 minus y1 equal to 0. x2 minus y2 bracket square equal to 0 means x2 minus y2 equal to 0. This implies that x1 is equal to y1 and x2 is equal to y2. So we can write this equation in terms of coordinate system. This is our point x1, x2, and this is same as the point y1, y2. x1 is equal to y1, this is the equation, and x2 equal to y2, this is that equation. So x1, x2, that means this is our point P. y1, y2, that means this is our point Q. So we have shown this second condition. Okay, rho PQ equal to 0, then we have shown that P equal to Q. Similarly, we can show that the converse, if P equal to Q, then we can prove that rho of PQ equal to 0. So just write here if and only if. So this is our second condition. What is the second condition? Okay, suppose that rho of PQ equal to 0, then prove that P equal to Q, and there is converse. If P equal to Q, then we can show that rho of PQ equal to 0. Now prove the third condition. This is the symmetric property. So write down number 3. Consider this rho of PQ. This is symmetric property. What is value for rho of PQ? This is given in the definition. What is given? This is under root x1 minus y1 bracket square plus x2 minus y2 bracket square. This is our given definition. What is given? Rho of PQ equal to, this is the form, under root x1 minus y1 bracket square plus x2 minus y2 bracket square. Now this can be written as under root. Now x1 minus y1 bracket square, this can be written as y1 minus x1 bracket square. There is no change. Plus x2 minus y2 can be written as y2 minus x2 bracket square. So what is this term? This is nothing but our rho of QP. So we have shown the symmetric property, rho of PQ is equal to rho of QP. Now let us prove the fourth property, that is the triangle inequality property. So write down number 4. So this is triangle inequality property. So write down, consider rho of PQ is equal to, now we want to show that the triangle inequality property show that rho PQ, this is less than or equal to rho PR plus rho of RQ. This is called triangle inequality property. So let us prove this third property. Consider rho of PQ. Now put this value, this is under root x1 minus y1 bracket square plus x2 minus y2 bracket square. Now simplify this term, this is equal to, now we can write this equation in compact form. This is addition, addition means this is summation. And there are two terms means, this is suppose if we take suppose xi minus yi, then what is the variation for y? I varies from 1 to 2. Just there are two terms. x1 minus y1, x2 minus y2, this is the form. So instead of this term we can write xi minus yi. Now this is bracket square. There are two terms means this is the summation varies from 1 to 2, and square root means this is bracket raised to 1 half. This is the same term. This is in terms of radical sign. Radical means bracket raised to 1 half. And this is the summation. We can put this equation into summation form. This is equal to summation I varies from 1 to 2. This is xi. Now subtract one term and add one term. So there is no change. Minus yi bracket square, this is bracket raised to 1 half. This is the same term. Just add and subtract the same term. Now we use the mean Cauchy's inequality. In previous video, we write there the mean Cauchy's inequality. What is mean Cauchy's inequality? This is given by summation I varies from 1 to n or k varies from 1 to n. This is the mean Cauchy's inequality. AK plus BK bracket square, bracket raised to 1 half. This can be written as, this is less than or equal to summation AK square bracket raised to 1 half plus summation BK square bracket raised to 1 half. This is called mean Cauchy's inequality. We can separate this summation in this form, AK square and bracket raised to 1 half plus this is BK square bracket raised to 1 half. This is AK plus BK bracket raised to bracket square and total raised to 1 half. So this is the same form. This first term, this is AK. This second term, this is BK. AK plus BK bracket square raised to 1 half. So use mean Cauchy's inequality. This is the mean Cauchy's inequality. So according to this mean Cauchy's inequality, we can write here less than or equal to summation I varies from 1 to 2. This is our AK, when this is xi minus yi bracket square bracket raised to 1 half. AK plus BK, this is our next term, summation I varies from 1 to 2, this is Zi minus yi bracket square bracket raised to 1 half. Xi minus, right here is Zi. AK plus BK bracket square. So this is the first term, which is AK, and BK means this is our second term. So what is this term? This is nothing but rho of PR plus this term, this is nothing but rho of RQ. So this is our triangle inequality property. What is triangle inequality property? Show that rho PQ less than or equal to rho of PR plus rho of RQ. So according to definition, we have shown that rho satisfied all the four conditions of metric. So we can say that rho, it is a metric. So write down the conclusion. Therefore, rho is a metric for R2. So this is the standard metric. Metric for R2, it is given by this definition. Under root x1 minus y1 bracket square plus x2 minus y2 bracket square. Thank you.